Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos, and today we're going to make a snowman ice cream cone ornament. So you'll need some of these bubbles from Dollar Tree. They look like ice cream cones. They come in a 3-pack in the summer section in chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Some of the table tennis balls, which are basically just ping pong balls. You're going to need some Deco Art Snow Tex. It's basically just fake snow. You can get this at Michael's, at Hobby Lobby, and I believe on Amazon. A small eye hook. Some white chalk paint, acrylic paint in pink, black, and orange. You'll need some sparkle Mod Podge, which is the same thing as glamour dust. You'll need a Q-tip, your glue gun, some paint brushes, etc. Now you're going to need something sharp to poke a hole in the top of your ping pong ball. I'm going to take a little bit of glue and apply it to my eye hook and then screw it into the top of the ping pong ball. And that is going to be our hanger. Before this, I had washed out the bubbles from the containers, and now I am going to glue the ping pong ball right on top of the cone. I just used some hot glue to do that, and you're going to want to make sure that you get rid of any excess hot glue around the edges so that when you paint it, you don't see any of the glue strings. Now we're going to paint our ping pong ball white with the white chalk paint, and this may take a couple of coats. And as you can see, I painted right down to the very top of the snow cone, so the part where it's screwed in. Next, I'm going to take a fine point Sharpie, and I'm just going to make out the snowman's face. So I'm going to draw 2 teardrops for his eyes. So once I have the eyes all drawn, I'm just going to draw his mouth. I'm just going to do a smiley face, and then I'm going to put 2 half circles on either side. And it's okay if you don't get it perfect. You should practice on a piece of paper with drawing the snowman faces before you do it on a project. That way there you don't ruin the project. Now you're going to take your black acrylic paint and fill in the eyes. Then I'm going to take my Q-tip and I'm going to dip it in the pink paint, and I'm going to brush off most of it. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of pink on either side of his mouth for rosy cheeks. Once I was finished with his rosy cheeks, I just took a really thin paintbrush and put it in the black acrylic paint and outlined his mouth again, right over the marker line that we just did. Now that we have his mouth all done, I'm just going to take my thin paintbrush and put it in the orange paint and make his nose. It's basically the same thing as the eyes, a teardrop just turned sideways, and you're going to drag it out. Now I'm going to take the black paint again and give him 2 little eyebrows. I feel like the eyebrows just give him more of a facial expression. I'm going to let all of that dry. Then I'm going to put 2 dots in his eyes for his pupils with the white paint. Now here comes the messy part. We're going to start adding the snow text. Now this can get really messy, but it's super fun to do. So we're just going to add some of the snow text, and I just used a really heavy bristled brush, and I'm just going to apply it all around the underneath of the ping pong ball at the very top of the cone. So we're going to cover up the part that was screwed in, and you're going to want to put this on really thick and just kind of push it down to make it look like real snow. Just keep letting it fall in. And then I kind of ran it down the sides to look like the ice cream cone was dripping. You can kind of play around with this and do it however you want. That's just how I chose to do it. And then you're going to add a little bit to the top of his head also. I'm just going to really make him look like he's an ice cream cone. Once you're finished adding all of your snow, I used my fingers to kind of push it in. It's just however you think it looks cute. You want to keep it really looking natural and not too messed with. So I didn't really mess with it too much. I just kind of let it flow and let it do its thing. You're going to have to let that dry overnight. Once it dries overnight, you are going to take your Sparkle Mod Podge or your Glamour Dust, whichever you have, and put a nice coat all over his face and all of the snow that you put on. Now that you have that all on, you can add his hanger. And I just used a piece of black and white baker's twine. You could use a wire hanger. It's totally up to you. Whatever you want to use, you could use a piece of twine. And that's it. He's all done. How absolutely adorable is he? He is going to look super cute in my Christmas tree. I made these a few years ago and gave them as gifts to my whole family, and they all loved them. I thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to spread the chaos, and don't forget to join our texting community, and you'll be notified every time I post a new DIY.